Hey, welcome to my channel. This week I thought I'd go over the huge roller coaster of news relating to the Tomb Raider franchise, since the series seems to be going through a pretty drastic refresh over the last year or so in both video game and movie form. First things first, last April it was announced that Crystal Dynamics would be developing the next Tomb Raider game entry with Epic's Unreal Engine 5 rather than their proprietary Foundation engine that powered the rebooted trilogy from 2013 to 2018. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is often cited as one of the most graphically impressive video games to date, so it's really saying something that they want to move to another company's engine going forward. The following month, so this is May 2022, Square Enix announced that they'd be selling Crystal Dynamics along with Eidos Montreal and Square Enix Montreal, including all of their respective IP, to the Embracer Group for a measly $300 million. For reference, Sony bought Insomniac back in 2020 for about $230 million, and that was just one studio, and Sony already owned all of their IP. So this is just a huge bargain for Embracer Group and a pretty big loss for Square Enix. But I think it's pretty safe to say they were just eager to shed their Western studios, since they also let IO Interactive buy themselves out back in 2017. Shortly after this acquisition, the Tomb Raider film rights in the movie sector were also going through some changes. After MGM failed to greenlight a sequel to the 2018 film, the rights were now being relinquished and were up for a bidding war in the industry. And it should be noted that MGM was already owned by Amazon Studios at this time, because that will come up later. The following July, a leaked script appeared online hinting at the story for the upcoming game, including that Lara would be leading a group of Tomb Raiders, and it seemed like they were in the process of recasting the main role rather than continuing with Camilla Luddington from the rebooted trilogy. So it's a sequel and a reboot of sorts, and Square Enix did the usual damage control and tried to take the leak offline as best they could, but the content of the documents was pretty well reported on. After this ordeal, the Square Enix to Embracer acquisition was fully completed by the end of the summer. And things were pretty quiet until the end of the year when Crystal Dynamics announced that Amazon Games would be assisting with the development and publishing of the next Tomb Raider game. In the new year, it was also confirmed that Crystal Dynamics' Avengers game would finally be shutting down active support after 3 years. And along with that, there were rumors that the next Tomb Raider game would be announced sometime afterward in 2023. Almost immediately after that, there was also a blowout of other movie and television related news, starting with the reveal that Phoebe Waller-Bridge would be writing a new Tomb Raider TV show for Amazon Prime. Amazon also said that they'd be working on the next Tomb Raider movie reboot, which means they won the bidding war for the movie rights. And remember that MGM, which was already owned by Amazon, had the rights previously, so either this was a silly mismanagement of the property or a power play to drum up buzz, or maybe a way to price out the IP throughout the industry before they just reclaimed it as their own. It's pretty unclear how this bidding war really went, but I think it's just kind of funny that MGM was losing it, but then their owner ended up getting it in the end anyways. So it also came out later that Amazon had leased the Tomb Raider game IP from Embracer Group for $600 million, which is quite a lot, but much more in line with what I would have expected from something as iconic as the Tomb Raider series to be valued at. Again, Square Enix sold 3 studios, including the Tomb Raider IP, along with a few other series, for $300 million, and then Amazon leased the Tomb Raider IP alone for $600 million. So again, that was just a friggin' huge loss for Square Enix. To package all this news up, Amazon said the upcoming TV series, the movie, and the game would all be tied together MCU style, so it seems like things are mostly settling down now as each project moves into regular production after all this trading hands. I'm sure there'll be more news about the upcoming movie reboot down the line, and probably an official reveal for the game sometime this year. It'll be interesting to see if there will be 3 different actresses playing the same version of Lara Croft going forward, or if they'll get one to appear in all the projects. I think that'd be cool, but it's probably not logistically possible or worthwhile because of the different pipelines of each industry. But they said it's MCU style, so I don't know what else to make of that. Thanks for watching this video. If you made it this far, like and subscribe and all that good stuff, or dislike. And let me know in the comments which of these you're most looking forward to.